Your brain is for having ideas, not storing them. In this video I'll show you how to set up a complete second brain in Notion in under an hour, so you never lose an important thought, project, or piece of information again. Welcome to Work Smarter, practical tools for freelancers and small teams. I'm going to walk you through the exact Notion setup I use every day to stay organized, hit deadlines, and keep my best ideas from disappearing. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully functional second brain running in Notion. If that sounds useful, hit subscribe so you never miss a practical productivity guide like this one. Let's start with the big question. What actually is a second brain? The concept was popularized by Tiago Forte, and the idea is beautifully simple. Your biological brain is incredible at making connections and generating creative ideas. But it's terrible at storing and retrieving information reliably. Have you ever had a brilliant idea in the shower and forgotten it by the time you got to your desk? That's your brain doing exactly what it's designed to do, processing in the moment, not filing for later. A second brain is a trusted external system where you offload all that information so your mind stays free to think clearly and creatively. The system we're going to build is based on the PARA method. PARA stands for Projects, Areas, Resources, and Archive. Projects are things you're actively working on with a defined outcome, like launching a website or writing a report. Areas are ongoing responsibilities that don't have a finish line, like your health, finances, or a client relationship. Resources are topics you're interested in or learning about, like design principles, marketing strategies, or a hobby. And archive is everything that's no longer active but might be useful later. PARA is powerful because it organizes information by how you use it, not by what it is. That's the key insight. Most people organize by category. PARA organizes by action. Now, why Notion specifically? Because Notion combines the flexibility of a note-taking app with the power of a database. You can link pages together, create filtered views that surface exactly what you need, and build a dashboard that gives you a bird's-eye view of everything going on in your life and work. No other free tool does all of this in one place. Let's build it. Open Notion and create a new page. Call it Home. This is going to be your command center, the first page you open every day. Give it an icon and a cover image to make it feel like yours. Now we're going to create 4 database pages inside Home. The first is Projects. Create a new page inside Home, call it Projects, and change the view type to a database table. Add these properties. Status with options for active, on hold, and complete. Due date as a date property, and area as a relation field. We'll connect this later. This project's database is where every active project lives, with a dedicated page for notes, tasks, and materials. Next, create your areas database. Add a status property with options like active and archived. Areas don't have due dates, they're ongoing. Think of things like client work, personal development, health, or home. Each area page becomes a hub for everything related to that part of your life. Now create the resources database. Add a category property, things like article, book, video, course, reference. And add a topics multi-select so you can tag resources by subject. This is where you save anything you learn or discover that doesn't belong to a specific project yet. Finally, create the archive database. You can keep this simple, just a name and an archived date. The archive is where things go when they're done or no longer relevant. The rule is, never delete, just archive. You never know when something will become useful again. Now let's link them. Go back to your projects database and click on the area relation field. Link it to your areas database. This means every project is associated with an area of your life. When you filter your projects view by area, you instantly see all work related to, say, client work or personal development. This cross-linking is what makes Notion's second brain so much more powerful than a simple folder system. Now let's set up capturing. The biggest failure point in any productivity system is when information lives in your head, not in the system. You need to make capturing as frictionless as possible. Install the Notion Web Clipper browser extension. When you find an article, a video, a recipe, anything worth saving, you click the clipper and send it straight to your resources database in one click. On mobile, use the Notion app's share extension. When you're reading something in Safari or Chrome on your phone, tap Share and send it to Notion. It takes 3 seconds. For quick thoughts and ideas, create what I call a universal inbox. Add a simple page to your home dashboard called Inbox. This is your capture bucket, a place to throw any thought, note, or idea the moment it appears, without having to think about where it belongs. The rule with the inbox is simple: capture fast, process later. During your daily or weekly review, you go through the inbox and move each item to the right place: projects, areas, or resources. Here's how a real capture flow works. You're reading an article about time blocking. You clip it with the web clipper to your resources database, tag it as productivity, and move on. Later that day, you have a random idea for a client project. You throw it in the inbox. That evening, you process the inbox. The client idea gets added to the relevant project page. The article stays in resources. Everything has a home. Now let's talk about organizing and connecting information. This is where the magic really happens. Notion's real power is in creating views. A view is a filtered, sorted window into a database. For example, create a new view in your projects database called This Week. Filter it to show only projects with a due date in the next 7 days and status of active. Now you have a focused list of what matters right now, without scrolling through everything. In your resources database, create a view called By Topic. Group it by the topic's multi-select. Now when you need to research something, you have all your saved resources organized by subject, ready to browse. Use Notion AI to surface connections you might have missed. Highlight a block of text in any project page and ask Notion AI to summarize it or find related notes. This is especially useful when you're starting a new project. You can quickly pull up relevant resources and past notes without manually searching. Here's a practical demo of how these systems connect. Say you're working on a project called Launch Email Course. In the projects database, you have a page for this project linked to your area client work. Inside that project page, you have subpages for outline, draft, and research. In the research page, you've added related resources using a relation field. So all the articles you've saved about email marketing are just one click away. No digging through folders. No searching through browser bookmarks. Everything connected. Let me walk you through a day in the life of someone using this system. You wake up and open your Notion home dashboard. You see your projects view filtered to active. 3 projects need attention today. You open the first one, review your notes from yesterday, and start working. Mid-morning, you have an idea for a new project. You throw it in the inbox and keep working. At lunch, you read an interesting article about marketing. You clip it to resources in 2 seconds. In the afternoon, a client sends a reference document. You add it to the relevant project page. That evening, you do a 10-minute review. You process the inbox, update project statuses, and archive anything that's complete. The system works because everything has a home. Your brain doesn't have to hold on to things. You trust the system, so your attention is free. Let's wrap up. Here's what we built today. A home dashboard that gives you a daily overview. 4 linked databases for projects, areas, resources, and archive using the Para method. A universal inbox for frictionless capture. Connected views that surface what matters when you need it. This isn't about being perfect. It's about building a system that works with the way you think. Start simple. Use it every day. Improve as you go. The second brain gets more valuable the more you use it. If you found this video useful, subscribe for weekly guides on the best productivity tools for freelancers and small teams. And drop a comment below. What's your biggest challenge with staying organized? I read every comment and often turn them into future videos. There's also a free Notion template linked in the description if you want to skip the setup and start with everything already built. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.